Welcome to ASCENT. Thank you so much for liking this video, and if you're interested in more content from Twin Flames in Union, please subscribe. If you would like to win free readings at the end of the month, leave your comment signature in the comment section below. And if you ever hear me ask you to leave an extra bonus emoji, don't forget to do that as well, because I will be giving away free exclusives for the rest of the year. Okay, I'm going to bless and shuffle, and we'll get started. By the way, I'm using the Wisdom of the Unknown Tarot, made by one of our own tribe members. If you're interested, you can find it on Etsy. I'm also using my Divine Masculine deck. I do feel like this is going to be a bit of a tough reading for the Divine Feminine Collective, because we're going to explore things that the Divine Masculine has not been honest with us about in the past. This is going to provide a little bit of, what would you call that, like a buffer or cushion for when they do finally tell you this stuff. So, what do we need to know? Well, this is beautiful. Seven of Swords, the Tower. You know, I love to see my birthday, guys. But I really like it because 1 + 6 is 7. And I think what this says is the reason why they haven't been willing yet, but they are now willing to share this with you, is because they're finally moving into the similar energy that you are in. I believe they're recognizing that the two shall stand. Not only are you no longer required to be undercover and sit in situations that no longer serve you, do not suit you, do not fit you spiritually, they are shifting into the right energies to do the same. Okay, so this is clear. They were hiding things because they were not in the best spot. But also, it may be saying, hey, listen, think about why you have hid things from people in the past. As I say that, I think about why divine sometimes misleads us. Is it because divine is evil or divine is dark? No. It's because divine knows us and knows that when we're asking a question, it's because we're looking for an answer so that we will know what to do next. And sometimes divine understands we ask the wrong questions. So they give us the answer we really need, not the answer that we asked for. So all around, you can kind of see Divine Masculine shifting into a new space where they're asking better questions, telling it like it is, because they no longer feel oppressed and like it's off with their heads if they don't. Wow. We just saw her. And you know, it's funny, the other day I was wondering, is she wearing a sword? But she doesn't have one. So we see justice, but with no sword, only scales. Interesting. Major Arcana. Major Arcana, 7 of Swords. Lots of conflict. Justice is usually talking about like going to court, legal stuff, or situations that remind you of that energetically. So I'm thinking, oof, okay, last one. And then the Emperor? Oh, snap. This is cool. This is like the scales of justice tip in their favor and the sun begins to rise on, well, I was going to say the son of man, but really it's, wow, Divine Masculine. Okay, so I think, again, this does feel kind of like, really like the cushioning before the real conversation. Wow, hold on. I don't know why, but I feel like I hear divine in the back of my head, like, tell divine feminine to act surprised. Act surprised when your divine masculine tells you this stuff, because they'll misinterpret your calmness or however you respond that isn't what they were expecting for you, like just not giving about them anymore. And we know that that's not true. So definitely act surprised when they really come through and tell you this stuff, okay? But what do we need to know here? This is crazy. Oh, man. This was so major in a reading we did the other day. And this was like the reason why the Divine Masculine was really, really sorry. They knew that they left the Divine Feminine, even though everything was being revealed to them. It was pretty clear. It was like they had to go that direction anyways. But what's interesting is I have said in the past that the top of this boat, or the edge of this boat right here, looks like the top of the tower we were just looking at. It's kind of have that similar shape and color, almost as if the world flooded and the divine masculine is just standing on top of the tower right now because that's all they can do. There's nowhere else for them to go. And I get the sense here that the divine masculine is completely conflicted, kind of in some life flashing before their eyes moments. And this is where they're deciding, hey, I just need to come forward and just be honest. I may never get a chance to do this again. What are we missing though? I'm shook. Look, the rod is in his hands. It's one of the few cards that isn't a wand where there's a wand in it. The wand might be what gives us more to go on. And I think what this is saying is, how did he get on top of this roof? If this is the roof of the tower, as I see sometimes, how did he get up here? And it's almost like he's using it to stabilize himself in a precarious position. And I think what this is saying is, I'm inspired, but I don't know if I'm going to make it to the other side. I don't know what's going to happen when the floodwaters recede and then I'm stuck on a roof. Like, it's hard enough to get me out of the tower. Now I'm going to be on the roof of the tower. I think the divine masculine is feeling the pressure, but they are also holding on to hope, holding on for dear life. They are truly inspired right now. And I think that this is not only talking about that Seven of Swords energy that we saw, but also a Seven of Wands energy that says, come on, you're right there and you need to be prepared to take the leap. So, wow, wow, wow. Let me do a quick shuffle here. Oh, I apologize. I just used these the other day, so I know that wasn't the first card. I wish I could explain. Ooh, please pick up the phone. All right, DM. I need help. You don't say. And you're right. Yes. Okay. So we know this from the other day that the divine masculine is no longer so afraid of admitting to us that we were right in the beginning. We knew what was going on. They were the ones who denied it or were in denial. And we need to take that information about what we were right about and then kind of go back through the parts in our journey where we were so confused, like maybe I am wrong. And if I am wrong, what does that mean? Because those thought processes, they were never really necessary. So it's like, hey, let's get past the points where divine masculine has made us feel so wrong in the past. And let's look at what it is that they're calling out for when they're saying, hey, I need help. Here's what's going on. Let's start here first. Divine masculine. I'm curious, divine feminine, what does your divine masculine typically need help with? When they come to you, if you have a divine masculine who's always hitting you up, but only when they need help, what is it? If you have a divine masculine who never asks for anything except for that like one thing, and you know when they ask for that, they are in trouble. What are they asking for? Again, a lot of our divine masculines in our tribe, our collective, they are on the same wave or similar waves, and we can learn so much from each other if we were willing to open up just a little bit more. So, what is it? What do they normally come in asking for? I'll take 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, let's stick to that. That'll be good. Now. Okay. So let's look at the overall energy here. What do we need to know? Wow. This is the second big card with the moon on the top. And this is like, don't we have this full moon coming? I mean, oh my gosh. But even if we don't, because some people aren't going to be watching it right around that time, it's like we just saw the Seven of Swords, the Tower, 1 plus 6 is 7, and now we're seeing the Chariot. We saw the Emperor, we saw Justice. I mean, there's just something about this that to me says the divine masculine is so excited to move forward, and this is their vision. That wand that they're holding up in the light, I feel like that is, he has it. Look, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but right there, that is a riding crop probably, but again, it is that length of a wand. And there's something here that says this person is just waiting for the floodwaters to go down. They really are. Or they're waiting for someone to help get them, from one place to the next so that they can go on their journey. It's funny that we're talking about floodwaters and we've seen the moon twice now. high tide, low tide. I don't really know how tides work like that. I'm not a, what is it, meteor, marine biologist? I don't, anyways. So there's just something about this though that's saying, look, divine feminine, I'm on my path. The chariot is a savior. The chariot is a helper. The chariot is a warrior. Like the chariot is one of the most highly skilled knights. In fact, we can say that the chariot, the Seven of Swords guy, and the Knight of Swords are the same person. This is just the Knight of Swords kind of getting that upgrade to like general of the empire. This is beautiful energy, but I do think that we're missing something about this. What is it that the divine masculine has been hiding that this would bring them to say, I need to speak up, I need to tell the truth? Wow. Transformation. This is the death card. Wow. They've been hiding everything from you. And I know exactly why, because they're so prideful. OMG. First of all, this is 20. This is judgment together. That's a major message from the last time we did this reading. That was the card on top. Wow. We also know that when we're talking about someone who is too afraid to share openly that they have changed, it's because they're worried that the people around them are either going to judge them or they're going to see someone that say, I told you so. And I truly believe the divine masculine is so prideful, so much that they do not want you to know that they've changed their mind, because then you'll know everything on top of the fact that you get to be smug about it. Now, I will say this. I've met you guys, all right? Not all of you, but I have met a lot of you. Some of you are going to be like that. Some of you are smug right now. So in your case, your divine masculine is not wrong, okay? But for the rest of you who are like, Grace, I'm never like that. I'm not that type of person. Guess what? Most of the world is. Some of your divine feminine counterparts are. So obviously a lot of the world is. It's not your fault, but it's also not their fault. And I think if we can take the blame off and instead look at the facts that most people don't feel comfortable being themselves, that most people have people in their life who are waiting to trip them up, that most people have people in their life who, even if it really doesn't matter to them, kind of off principle, like harass people and embarrass people and make them feel ashamed. And, you know, it's like the people in your life who say, when you say, oh, I'm going to lose some weight, or oh, I'm going to go to the gym and gain some muscle, and they go, okay, have fun with that. And you're like, what? And now you don't ever really want to tell them that you didn't make it to the gym, or, you know, that you didn't do the diet, because it's like, no, you don't get that satisfaction. And I just need you to understand, every one of us has those people in our life. And if someone ever assumes that we're like everybody else, that's not a us thing. That's a trauma thing. That's something that needs time to heal. And so I think that your divine masculine hiding their transformation is as much about them just wanting a chance to just be themselves and who they are in the moment with you and not have to think about the past and if you're judging them or being smug or not. But also I think that they're really excited to come in as the savior, as the chariot, and save you. And you know what that makes me think? That whatever happened that led them to be in that tower, they were looking for you. I feel like they left. You went to the tower to wait for them. Then you were like, I'm not waiting anymore. You left the tower. Right after you left, they come charging in. And they're like, let down your hair. Hello? Are you there? And then they go run up to the top of the tower just as it's about to storm, because they're thinking, I've got to get my lady Lorelai out of the tower. And then they get up to the top and they can't find you, and they're checking all the doors and da-da-da. And by the time that they look out the window and look down, waters are rising and now they're stuck. So as they wait there, and this is such a theme. It doesn't come up often, but it comes up enough where I know this is happening to them. As they sit there, they are terrified that you were lost in the flood. This is not just something like a divine delay just for the sake of delay. This is to really put them through. So you might say, well, Grace, I've been dealing with that, worrying about them in separation for years. Okay, I don't want to downplay your situation. Hear me out before you judge. Imagine a few years of calmly, peacefully, pretty much nothing really much happening, waiting for someone. Now imagine waiting for someone in the midst of a natural disaster. You know why everybody always kisses at the end of an action movie, even though they just met? Because that much stuff happening at one time is like living a lifetime together. Your divine masculine experiencing being in the top of the tower is probably why they decided to become a charioteer or go get these horses in the first place, because now they got to go double time. So again, this is telling me, for those of you who have had these long delayed separations because the divine masculine is just dragging their feet, divine's lighting a fire under them and you don't have to worry anymore. All right, so what's the first thing that they were not being honest with you about, that there's coming in a little bit of a message to say, hey, understand this before they tell you, because you're probably not going to like it. You amaze me in reverse. What's the reverse of amaze? Is it like fear? Is it disgust? I think that they hid that the parts of you, and this is touching so much on that pride thing, that were your most amazing parts, the parts of you that you really tried to show them. That sounds like I'm talking about your sexy parts. I'm not talking about your sexy parts, but these different parts of you that you wanted to share and open up and just, be yourself with them. I think that they were very disgusted and upset and frustrated to see these things, and they did not know how to say to you, like, ugh, you're just so fucking nice, I hate it. Ugh, you're just so pretty, or you're just so sweet, or you're just so smart, and it's so fucking annoying. Now, some of you are going to go, oh no, they told me. But I think that what they weren't really honest about, and some of you are going to need to connect this dot, is that they were fully just ridiculously intimidated by you, or they were just so mad that you were so perfect, maybe not for everyone, but for them. And it was just like, how dare you come in? And I think that this says, I went out of my way in my unawakened state to shift my perspective about you to being something where I could feel better. I went out of my way to do this. Now, here's the thing. I think a lot of you already know this. I know Mr. Lightwork did this to me. I know a lot of you have done this. So, okay, hold on though. But I just realized this is them revealing what they think we don't know. So maybe that's something that they don't realize, is because we've been watching this stuff, we already know how they feel. But let me see. Let me check the energy. What is it that they were hiding about this kind of... I wish you could see my face. If anybody knows who Nick Miller is, I'm making the biggest Nick Miller face right now. What is it? 8 of Cups. So look at this. We have multiple messages here. We've got 2 of Cups. We've got 6 of Cups. And we also have the Tide rolling in or going out. I don't know which one this is. There's something about this that almost comes across like you're... like this is your island that you were born on, and you're an ancient people that have been here for a really long time. It's like you're so authentic and comfortable within yourself. You're so unconditionally loving. If you say you're going to do it, you mean it. You're always there. No, I really do think this is like you were perfect. And the fact that you wanted to be with me kind of pissed me off a little bit. It almost felt like pity. It almost felt like there was something wrong with you. You know how people always say, why are you single? What's wrong with you? And it's like, what? Like maybe there's more to the story. I guess that's what you're asking, but geez Louise, there's something here where the divine masculine is saying, you give my life deeper meaning in a way that no one else can. And it really bothers me that I don't know how to create that for myself, that I don't know how to do what needs to be done in order to feel like I'm on top of the world, that I cannot feel like you feel and see like you see and know like you know. And yet you're looking at me like we're partners, like we're equals. And on one side, it's almost making me feel like you're trying to make me feel stupid. Like I just can't see who I am and I just can't see myself. Well, guess what, Divine Masculine? You were pretty stupid. No, I'm just kidding, guys. But in all reality, this is clearly childish behavior. Divine Feminine showing the way, leading the way, showing how to walk away from what doesn't serve you, being willing to go down the path of deeper spiritual meaning. Like, this is really powerful. And when everything about you should have just been like, wow. And they should have just been putty at your, in your, what is it, putty in your hands, something at your feet, whatever. Instead, they got pissed. They leaned into their darkest self, and they intentionally pushed you away and said, go on. But you know what I think is interesting? Where's her wand? Where's her wand, guys? Grace, what are you talking about? What wand? Oh, it's not back here anymore. I forgot. It was back there before. The Ace of Wands. Where is it? Oh, he took it. This is why. See, he wasn't just trying to come save you. So many of you knew that your Divine Masculine was not exactly a knight in shining armor. And it was kind of like, I don't know about this, reader. You're telling me this person is coming to save me? Dang, that's not them. No. They were coming because they stole your spark. They stole your divine inspiration, and they knew. That's why he took that wand on top of the roof with him at the tower. He's been using your wand like a walking stick, going to and fro all over. He stole it, and you still moved forward. You were smart enough to say, well, if I can't go through the forest, let me go to A1A and travel along the coast. I'll get where I gotta go. You never gave up. You never stopped pushing forward. You do amaze them, and they hate it. It's like you two started the amazing race together, and halfway through, they were like, I'm going to win the $1 million. Fuck you. And they stole all your stuff. And so you were like, fine, can I keep going, producers? And the producer's like, sure. I mean, this is kind of interesting. Good for TV. And so you keep going on your journey, and somehow you make it to the damn end before that. And it's like now they're trying to come give you back your stuff and pretend that you guys were doing this and it was a whole plan. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of embarrassing a little bit because it's just like, what is wrong with you, Divine Masculine? Why are you like this? But at the same time, I think it's also very clear this person wanted to do it for themselves. They wanted to do it alone. They wanted to feel like they were the best. They wanted to be the one to come into their person's life and shock and awe them and make them feel like they were perfect. They were in their pride and they wanted it so bad. So you know what? For some reason, I'm kind of getting like strength vibes from this. You know, the other 8 in the major arcana. And there's just something here that's like, they were so embarrassed by the fact that you were a real people and they were just a lion. You know, it's like, I want to be a man cub. They could not stop themselves from feeling like this because I think you were their first introduction to, I don't even know what to call this. I guess like maybe awakened energy or even just living righteously. I don't know what it is, but they needed it. And I think that a part of the reason why so many divine feminines have felt lost and without a compass is because the divine masculine took their spark, took their walking stick, and divine needed them to learn how to use it and also what it feels like to use, almost like, you know, I've got blood on my hands, like blood money, like, you know, to use something that isn't theirs to get them further. They needed to feel that guilt and that heaviness. But divine also wanted you to learn how to walk without the wand, how to find a spark when there is no spark. I mean, this is beautiful. So, okay, what else were they lying about? What else did divine masculine deceive us about? Hide the truth from us because, well, hell, I don't even know why they do it now that I'm looking at it. It's like for every freaking reason. They just can't stop themselves. I don't think this means that divine masculines are pathological liars. I think this means that they will deny. What do we need to know? Last time was divine. What's the lie here? That it wasn't divine. Hold on. Last time was divine. I mean, typically the way that I think about this card the vibe I got when I made it was, you know, the last time it was divine. But there's something about this that doesn't feel like it's talking about that part. I know this is going to sound weird, but there's something about this that feels like it's saying divine appointment, like divine intervention. Almost like they're telling you that the last time you guys came into contact, they weren't telling you the truth of how that happened. So if you guys had a meet cute, they was following you. They made that happen, you know. I just see so many scenarios. I'm trying to like pick the right one. But it's like they hit you up to just hang out, but they knew they were going to try to fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, or there's so many. Last time was not divine. And this is actually a huge issue, divine feminine, because, oh my gosh, let me tell you something. Mr. Lightwork and I, when we like early, I mean, probably within the first month of us being in that like weird open relationship we had for like 6 months, we had this moment where he went to another person after being with me like for the whole we made a day of it is what I'll say. And later, like a week or two later, he admitted that he did that, and I was so upset because it was just like ew, and it was bad. And when I found that out, it was like this betrayal that even to this day, like it's hard for me to really comprehend it, if that makes any sense. Like it's a day that I will always kind of look back on and be like, ugh, I don't like to think about that day. And I'm thinking, divine feminine, the last time you fucked with this person, you really gave them your all. Like you melted. You did, because there was just something about it that just seemed like it was perfect, and you were so real and you were so authentic, and there's something about it, almost even for those of you like the last time you met them in person, there nothing actually happened, but you thought it was so special, but for them they were just using you, they were just bored, it was like, but why do they want to tell you this? This is almost like, I don't need to know that, you know? Like, let's leave that in the past. What are we missing about this? It's the King of Swords. Remember? Whoa. Remember I said Justice didn't have her sword? And then it's like, where's Divine Feminine's rod? And we keep seeing Divine Masculine has stolen all of our stuff. What the Okay, pause though. Last time was divine. You see this kind of hooded, cloaked figure. It's really sad, but here in America, when somebody sees somebody walking like this down the street, they automatically assume that person is violent. And so I'm just thinking, okay, let's imagine someone with a hood, a dark figure, you know, coming in disguised as an angel when really they've come to hurt us. Okay, Divine Feminines, I don't know if you would be open to do this, because this is kind of making me uncomfortable, even like thinking about what happened with me. Again, it was 4 years ago, whatever, and I still, and don't worry, you guys, Mr. Lightwork is well aware that like that was a really hard moment for me, and he knows why. It's so, I don't want you guys to be like, ooh, no, it is what it is. But I do want you to think back, and if you're willing to share it, I think that like for me in my situation, my realization in terms of why it really wasn't divine was that he knew that whole day we were spending together, he was going to go see this other person that night, no matter what. That is like, whoa, oh my gosh, that's how you saw me? So what about you? Like, what happened in that experience, in that past time, where if you think about it and you don't look at it from like, oh, it was so beautiful, it was so divine, it was so perfect, oh, you know, it was exactly what we needed. If you look at it and instead say, what did you take from me that day? Or what were you using me for that day? Or what, because some of you can be like, oh, Grace, psh, girl, the moment you said that, I knew they was an energy vampire that day. They took everything they could from me and I haven't heard from them since. Or, oh, Grace, girl, I already know they were bored because I just realized the moment you started talking about it, that da 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 da. And then the moment somebody hit them up, they was like, oh, gotta go. See you when I see you. I want the Divine Feminine Collective. This is our last year doing tarot. If we're going to pull these insights out, and so many people go, oh, it's not that, it's this, it's not that, it's this. It's like, well, damn it, why aren't we all doing that? Why aren't we all sharing these parts of our journey so we can help each other make it make sense? Isn't that the whole fucking point of this? All right, maybe that's for the support group, Grace. Maybe, Oh yeah, wait, did I do that? Shout out to the collective support group. If you're interested in joining a cohort of twin flames that are like-minded individuals just trying to get better and turn this journey around and not do things the way they've been doing and hopefully usher in reunion at a faster pace, join the collective support group. 180-degree collective support group can be found on thefierygrace.com. Now, I am curious because I do believe this, especially with it being in the middle, especially because I called out this sword before, I do think this is a major turning point for them. And I really think it's important for you to figure out what happened last time. Because between then and now, they have begun to feel extremely guilty about that time. So what happened? All right, final message. So we see they're going to complain. I'm sorry, they're going to complain. They were complaining here about how dope we were. And they're going to come clean about it. They're going to share with us that last time was not exactly what it was supposed to be or what we thought it was. What is the last thing that they're going to reveal to us? I feel like this is going to happen in one conversation. And again, this is where Divine is trying to bring this to your attention to give you time to sit and think about it so that when they tell you this, you can have a little bit of a woosah. As I cover this, by the way, the last thing I want to ask, is there anybody who's already had this happen? Because I know that sometimes when I deliver a message, there's a few early, not late bloomers, early bloomers? There's a few people who are ahead of the game here who go, oh my gosh, Grace, where was this reading last week? And I want to say to you, if that's you, you weren't supposed to. The reaction you gave your person or the response, whatever you did was exactly what that was supposed to happen. But now it's time for you to process this, okay? All right. Oh, okay, Divine Masculine. Talk about the ultimate lie. Oh my gosh. This was the biggest lie that Mr. Lightwork told, that he didn't miss me, because he was always at my house. He was always looking for where I'm at. He was always texting and calling me, even though we were supposed to be in an open relationship. It was like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter that he had told himself he wasn't going to fall in love, that he wasn't going to act like my boyfriend, that we were just, it didn't matter. The moment he saw that I just wanted him, he couldn't stop himself. But boy, did he try to deny it. Divine Feminine, why would your Divine Masculine deny that they miss you? Whoa, this is unexpected, actually. Because they don't want you to change your plans, or because they do want you to change your plans? I guess it depends on what's the plan, eh? Here's what's weird. This is not the first time this exact image of a Divine Feminine standing on the edge of the water has come up. We saw it the other day. I don't have the deck out right now, but it was another deck. Gosh, what was that about? I can't remember. But it's like, they're really worried about us changing our plans. Oh, but you know what? That was now. So I'm going to think that this was not positive then. They didn't want you to know that they missed you because I think they did want you to change their plans. I think they wanted you to let them go, to move on. It's almost like this is the reason why they did what they did here. They were trying in a way to prove to themselves that they didn't care about you by hurting you. But what's weird is you have your rod here. Did you get a new one? No, this is that's why they stole the rod. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay. I believe this is where you were going to end up. You see, this is you see the sun is starting to set here. She's walking and she's getting there. And this is her final step before she gets on the ship and goes to the new land. Sorry. Download. Sorry. What is it? Does anybody know what that's called? Oh, crap. Well, I don't even know the terms to be able to look this up. Crap. Oh man. Parts of an old ship. Parts of old ship. What is that? Oh, perfect. Someone actually said it. The jib boom, and the bowsprit. Jibboom and the bowsprit. Hold on. Sorry, I know that some people don't like to wait. No. Jace, just spell it right. Jibboom and bowsprit. Jib boom is a spar used to extend the length of a bowsprit on sailing ships. It can be used. It can be. It can. It can itself be extended further. What's the point? It's an additional mast. I don't know about boats. I don't know. I don't know why this is important. I can't stop staring at it though. A spar projecting over the prow of a sailing vessel to provide the means of added sail. That if that is to make the boat faster, no? Right? Isn't that the point of the sails? What do sails do? This is so stupid. Yeah, sails are the wings. Hold on. Pause, Grace. Sails are the wings that use the wind to generate a force to move a boat, to propel a ship through the water. Now, at the very beginning, the message we got, the divine masculine was standing on a boat that for some reason seemed like it was stationary, like it was the top of the tower, the crown of the tower, if you will. It had no sails. This to me is saying they wanted the divine feminine to go away far and fast. They wanted the divine feminine. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. You guys, they've been projecting. They have been making us feel crazy this whole time. Oh my gosh. I miss you, divine feminine. And every time I said something to you that said the opposite, it was like putting this extra sail in the front of the boat to lead you further and farther away from me. Wow. Every message they ever said to try to push you away was a bold-faced lie. And if you could write all those down and read between the lines, you would have the most beautiful love letter on the planet. And it sickens me to think about that because as I'm saying it, I'm getting all of these freaking things flooding through my head of all the stuff Mr. Lightwork said to me in the first year of our relationship to push me away. Oh, man. This is crazy. The truth is, you amaze them so much that they're intimidated and they want to be just like you. The truth is, they manipulated the energies that you shared because they knew how special they were. And they wanted to taint it. They wanted to twist it. But deep down, they also just needed to be around you and feel you. And if that meant having to play games or trick you so they could get both, they were going to do it. And in the end, it hit them. It hit them that everything that you believed for you to share, it wasn't just you saying it. It wasn't just you, I don't know, trying to capture them or whatever craziness they told themselves it was. It was real. And it was never about them. It was never really even about you. It was really just this feeling, this knowing that you had. And I think that there's something here that says they took your wand because they knew you'd have to get a new one, right? You'd have to get a new plan, a new inspiration. They didn't want to be your inspiration. That was too much pressure. But now I think they're afraid that they have your wand. And anybody who's ever seen Harry Potter knows you do not use another witch's wand. Okay. So I think they're starting to understand that if they don't get to you soon, that there's things that are going to backfire because you're going the wrong direction. I think that this is a message for divine feminines. If you're not coming into union anytime soon, but you were about to make some huge plans and changes and da-da-da-da to your life, I think this is coming through and saying, divine feminine, please reassess the situation. Please. There is something that you don't know because I made sure you didn't. But follow your gut. Trust your instincts. Be the love and light that you are. Oh, wow. You guys, this is deep. I'm gonna get going. This was a lot. Hold on. Last message from Divine Masculine. I see what I have done, and I love you, flaws and all. And I think what this says is, by going out of my way. Hold on. Let me get a clarifier for this. Oh, Five of Pentacles. Divine feminine on the ground crying sad. I see what I have done. I've hurt you. I've put you in a position where you question our future together, and you feel like you're always going to be the one going forward, and that I'm always going to be the one stealing your wand and turning it into crutches. But I see what I've done. And I see that I've tried to make you look bad. I've gone out of my way to look at where you're fucked up or where you have flaws or where you've made mistakes or where you're wrong, and like really throw that around me like a cloak to comfort me. And even doing that, trying to make myself hate you, I still love you. And I know what that means. I know what that means for us. Oh, wow. Well, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm Fiery Grace the Gifted. I have a very tight connection with your divine masculine, and I'm happy to deliver these messages anytime. If you're interested in being a part of our tribe, you can do it for the free ski and get free readings multiple days a week. You can get literally over 1,000, almost 2,000 readings. And if you're a member and you join the membership, that's where you have access to those extra like 600 readings that other people can't see. Yeah, that's right. If you want to go back in time and figure out what wave you're on, learn more about the journey, you've got to go and watch those old membership videos. I know it might seem like, well, if it's not current energy, no, all the readings were timeless unless they said otherwise. I was very clear about it in the past. So I really suggest joining the tribe in one way or another so that you can celebrate this journey rather than be brought down by it. All right. And if you want to even join a little bit further, we do have a small group of 100 of us, me and 99 people. That means me, you, and 98 of your fellow divine feminines coming together to work on making this journey better in our own way. I don't have any specific goals for it, you guys. I don't care if you want to keep watching tarot, watch more tarot. If you want to quit watching tarot, quit twin flames. I don't care how you want to handle this. I just want you to be able to think clearly about whatever it is that you want to do. And as the added bonus, because the cohort program is based on the Rider-Waite Tarot, if you're interested in learning how to read intuitive tarot and maybe even starting your own tarot business in the future, this is going to be an excellent collective group for you. So join the 180 collective support group and turn your journey around with the rest of us. And if you're like, Grace, ain't nobody got time for that, that's okay. If you just want a personal reading from me, if you just need to talk, I do phone calls, I do phone readings. I also do live readings where you can watch the reading live on YouTube and talk to me on the phone. And then you can also watch the reading later because you'll have that YouTube video. So if you're interested in any of that, just check out my website, thefierygrace.com. You can get information about all these different services in the comment section below, or you can just kind of click around. And don't forget, the prices that you see, almost everything on the website is on sale. So when you add something to your cart, expect that price to go down. All right. By, I think this month, it's 23%. So Just a thought here. If you need to talk to me, thefierygrace@gmail.com is my email. If you send me an email that's longer than like a paragraph or two, like 3, 4, 5 sentences, 10 sentences, I'm probably not going to be able to respond to you in the time that you want me to. So if you have a really quick question, like, hey, I just need to know this, do not put it at the end of a novel because I'm not going to get to it. I'm trying to work triage and help the people I can help immediately. So, on top of free readings, on top of collective support group, on top of developing courses, on top of personal phone calls, personal readings that people have bought that I also have to do in the background, on top of keeping myself together, washing my hair, on top of all these things, I also have to check emails from people who are just like, hey, here's all my energy. Tell me what you think. So I just want you to understand I am always open to emails. But if you don't hear back from me, it's not because I read it and was like, ew. I probably have not seen it. And in some cases, I read it and could not respond fast enough because you sent me so much. And if I respond with something like, thanks for sharing, you're going to think I'm an a-hole. Any of you have ever received a response from me? No, I'm thorough. And that's why it takes me like an hour to respond to an email on top of after reading it. So I just wanted to be open with you about that. All right. I don't like for people to feel, especially in this world where we're also traumatized, like they're being ignored, that they're being invalidated. So if you email me and you need a quick answer, keep it short. And if you're like, no, Grace, I really want to share my story with you, you can say like, hey, I don't expect a response. So no worries. Okay. I think that's everything. If there's anything you need from me, just let me know. If you have specific readings that you'd like to see, just let me know. I'm happy to do it. I love you so much. And if you made it all the way to the end of this reading, leave a moon. Yeah, a moon or a sun or stars or all of them. Yeah. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.